Hey guys. Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. No issues with the audio or the video, guys, right? Vaibhav Jain, on Tuesday I was just not available. I was not able to take this class as well because of some personal reasons. But yeah, nevertheless, we'll have the API class. See, dude, that bootcamp was of backend that didn't had API. I was trying. We had some extra days. I was trying to teach you guys that. But nevertheless, we'll have a class on that in the future. The certificates have been released and everything. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, is my voice clear to everybody? No issues whatsoever. Am I right? Okay, great. So, how many of you guys know what is competitive programming? DSA तो ठीक है यार, like okay, data structures we have understood, but what is competitive programming, guys? How many of you guys know about it? Or if you know about it, tell me what do you know. If you don't know about it, tell me. Okay, I don't know. It's fine. We are here to learn. Okay, we are not here to judge like oh fucking you don't know. Okay, I don't know what is the latest iPhone that has come up. So that does not make it dumb. That makes me dumb. So yeah. But nevertheless, we are here to learn, right? So at the end of the day, okay, many of you guys don't know. Okay, anybody who knows, can they let us know what do they understand by competitive programming? Was there a class yesterday? I'm very sorry, Abhijit, there wasn't. I had some personal issues that I was dealing with. Okay, so yesterday we were not able to have a class right over there. Okay, many of you guys are saying no, I don't know. Anybody who has a little bit of understanding what is the competitive programming. So Swayam has said we have to solve some problems within a certain period of time. Okay, HD Gaming has said LeetCode. Okay, today we are going to do LeetCode. That is the aim of today's class. Okay, but yeah, great. Technological process for telling a computer which task to perform in order to solve problems. That is very technical in nature, but yeah, okay. Consistent solve algorithmic problems. Chirag, very well put up. Code chief. I think so. That means code chef. Okay, code chief is nothing. So I didn't get my LOR in the DevTown internship. The LOR, Tanushree, hasn't been released. We'll be releasing it within a week itself. Okay. Addition of two numbers. Okay, that is just like out of the blue for me as well. Advanced level of data structures and algorithms. Okay, so that is a funny one. Pikachu has evolved into Raichu or some shit. Okay, so let's try to understand this first of all. Why? What is DSA? What is CP? Okay, competitive programming. What is the difference between the two, and why is it required? So, data structures and algorithms is like you studying from NCRT. So, you guys know NCRT, right? Okay, don't tell me you don't know NCRT, right? Everybody here knows what is NCERT textbooks. Anybody has a question on what is NCERT textbooks, guys? NCERT textbooks. NCERT textbooks are the fucking textbooks that the government has prescribed. The government of India has prescribed for students who are learning like in 11, 12 standard. Okay. So those CBSE textbooks are called as NCERT textbooks. Okay, these are the textbooks that you, as an Indian student, when you go to a school in India, you study your topics from that. Now that is where you're gaining your knowledge from. That is where you're gaining your knowledge from. Okay, that is the NCERT textbooks. That is like data structures and algorithms. Is that important? Yes, to make a basic knowledge of topics, to have a very clear understanding of topics, you have to do these type of questions. You have to go and solve these type of government books, problem statements itself. But just by learning from NCERT textbooks, can you guys go and compete in JEE mains and advance? Can you guys compete in JEE mains and advance? These are the exams that you give to get into best colleges in India. The syllabus for both the textbook as well as that exam is exactly the same. The syllabus for both the textbook that you're learning from in your school days and the syllabus for the exam of JEE mains and advance to get into good colleges are the exact same. But just by learning from those NCRT books, you will never be able to compete in a competitive exam where millions of students, not hundreds or thousands or lakhs, millions of students are giving that same exam to get into just 10,000 seats in the top colleges in India. Just into 10,000 seats in the top colleges in India. The exact same thing goes on for getting into a very good company. Companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, there are just like 1,000 companies like that. Yearly, they're hiring 10,000 people at max. And how many people want to get into these companies? Millions. Millions of these people want to get into these type of companies. Everybody wants to get into these companies. Anybody who's thinking about into an IT sector, who is in college, who is currently in operations or something, is not even in the IT sector itself, they want to transition into the IT sector. Everybody wants to get into these companies. Now, you are scoring out of 360 marks, you are scoring 300 marks itself. Out of 360 marks, you're getting 300 marks. Very good marks. But it is illogical to look at your marks. What is logical is how many people are above you. There are just 10,000 seats. Only 10,000 students are going to get selected. How many people are above you? Maybe there are 1 lakh people have scored more than you. So marks does not matter. What matters is how well are you able to perform from the rest of the people itself. So data structures and algorithms is like the theory. It's like the practice. It's like the basics. Okay, you are understanding a particular concept. You are learning it. You are practicing it. Okay, that is what data structures and algorithms is. Competitive programming is actually when you are practicing for giving these exams. These companies don't take people directly. It is not as if, oh, I'm very good at programming. Oh, I'm very good at web development. Google is going to call me for an interview. Oh, what is happening right over here? I never got a call from Google like that. Nobody gets a call from Google like that. You have to apply to Google. Millions of people are applying to Google. They want to select 50 people at max. So what do? They give a competitive programming exam. They'll give you 60 minutes, 90 minutes. They'll give you 3-4 coding questions. If you are able to solve those coding questions within that time frame, then you get called to an interview, otherwise not. And this is not just for Google. Okay, Google, chalo, everybody's like, oh, that is a very big company. My aim is just TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Accenture, these type of companies as well. If I'm able to get, I'm more than happy. For these companies as well, the hiring process is also the exact same. The hiring process is also the exact same. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Say it, just email me or tag me once again. I'll see it today. Okay. Are you guys able to understand this or not? Are you guys able to understand this? Yes. Now, there are 2 free platforms to practice data structures and algorithms and to practice competitive programming. 2 free platforms, 2 platforms that I will suggest anybody if they want to get into a good company. I'm extremely sorry. I'm having an allergy with dust. I don't like dust at all. The first particular platform, many of you guys might have known about it. That is LeetCode. Okay, that is the platform that you will be practicing data structures and algorithms from. There are multiple millions of platforms out there, not even 100 or thousands, millions of platforms. You'll ask me, so what about this platform? What about that platform? Am I taking up their names? No, right? There's a reason behind it. Some people, when they study for an exam, they will be like, I just want to do the easy questions. Are the easy questions going to come in the exams? No, right? They want to select the best. The questions will be a little bit tougher. So, LeetCode for data structures and algorithms, CodeChef for your competitive programming. Today, we will be looking at LeetCode. That will be our aim today. Okay, let me share my screen first of all. I'm extremely sorry, guys. I'm not well right now. Okay, so I have a little bit of cough and cold. So just ignore it for a while. That will be my suggestion. Okay, now that you guys are able to see my screen clearly, say Danish, just re-email me once again. I'll see it tomorrow. Okay. Let me open up your chat. We'll look at a question today. We'll try to solve the question together. I'll explain you step by step how you have to think about a particular solution. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Uh, Mudasir Hussain, you can contact me on my email ID, shaurya.sinha@devtown.in. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Let me remove myself from the screen. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Okay, complete your dream. I'm not able to understand your question. C++ का written pattern समझाओ. That makes no sense to me. You'll have to be a little more specific on what you are asking. I'm not able to understand that. Okay. So right over here, guys, I have opened up LeetCode as you're able to see on my screen. Okay. I'll go into sign in. I will create my own account. I don't have an account. I think so. I don't have an account. Yeah, I don't have it. So let us sign up, and I'll sign in using Google if it allows me. So I'll just do that. Learn and enhance coding. Oh yeah, I think I'll just do both of them. I'm a beginner. I don't know anything. Choose the topics that you are most interested in. Dynamic programming. Let us take up data structures and algorithms. These are the two things that I'm right now interested in. And I'll just do start. Okay. So right over here, guys, as you're able to see, we have opened up LeetCode again. If you guys are going to pay for LeetCode, you are idiots. Do not pay for LeetCode. Okay, everything that you have to do, that you have to learn from, is completely free on LeetCode. Okay, there are some Chrome extensions that will help you get the premium versions as well. So please do not pay money to these platforms. Use them. They are extremely great platforms. Every single person who has went to a good company will be using this platform. So even I used it when I was in college. So it's a pretty great platform to learn from. Okay, we'll take up a random question, guys. I'll just go to some random page, and I will take up a random question from here. Let us take this question. Okay, because we have studied arrays. It's a medium question. It's actually easy, but no issues in that. Show and run plana dhimkana. I'll just go with enable dynamic layout. I don't know. Toolbar, skip tool. I don't want to take the tool right over here. Okay, so the difference between LeetCode and CodeChef, I'll make you guys understand by a very, very, very simple question. Okay, in this question, the question name is rotate arrays. I've taken up a random question, guys. Even I just took one question that had arrays in its name. Okay, because we have learned a little bit of arrays, so we can directly use it. I've not taught you guys about vectors, so don't worry about it. I will teach you guys about vectors as well. Okay, so here is an integer array nums. Rotate the array to the right by k steps, where k is a non-negative number. Simple question, easy to understand, nothing too complicated about it, right? Easy question, right? It is basically like, bhai, this is an array. Okay, it has k. I've given you another number k. Rotate the array by these number of things. These are the examples. Do it. Simple question, nothing too fancy about it. Now, when I go to CodeChef, that is the difference between data structures, algorithms, and competitive programming, guys. Please focus upon this. Otherwise, you will not be able to understand. And the next time, I don't want people to coming to me and saying that, hey, you are not you are not teaching things right, right? Listen to this very carefully. Okay, so we'll take up a random one. I'll have to see if I'm able to find a good question for you guys to understand it. Give me a second or two to open it up, guys. It is taking up a lot of time to open it up. Think so. This is not going to work for me. We'll take up something else. Let me see if I'm able to. So yeah, this is a good example of the difference between a data structures and algorithms question and a competitive programming question. So the DSA question you guys saw, right? It was pretty straightforward. That dude, you have been given this. I want you to do this, and that's it. Now your job is to figure out how to implement it. But in a competitive exam that will be there, the question won't be that simple. The question will have a backstory to it. As you're able to see right over here, question, a very simple question this is also, but it will tell you chef aims to be the richest person in chef land by his new restaurant franchise. Currently his assets are worth $1 billion and have no liabilities. He aims to increase his assets by x $1 billion per year. Also, all the richest people in chef land are not planning to grow and maintain their current worth. As you're able to see, this is a story, right? This is not directly that, okay, you have been given this, do this, this is the end result that we need. You have to read through the entire story. You have to find out the pattern. You have to figure out which data structures I have to use. You have to figure out which algorithm I have to use, how to solve this particular question in the best possible manner itself. That is the difference between data structures algorithms and competitive programming. Now, if you haven't done DSA, you are never going to do competitive programming. It's as simple as that. If you don't know the basics, how are you going to figure out what to do in this? Which data structures to use, which algorithm to use, which question is it much more similar to? You don't have any idea about it. So you directly jump to competitive programming, you are at a loss. The first thing that you have to do is do a lot of LeetCode questions. If you want to get into the best companies, I will suggest 800 to 1000 questions from LeetCode. If you want to get into average companies, 300 to 600 questions will be more than sufficient. And if you don't want to get into good companies, you can just leave DSA. Okay, focus upon full stack development or something like that. That will be my suggestion to you guys. The first thing that you have to do is data structures and algorithms. Next, you have to do for competitive programming. Don't directly jump to competitive programming, guys. That is not good. You can, okay, just give some exams or something like that. Just practice, okay, learn new things. That is totally fine. But start with LeetCode. So today we are going to see, and now many of you guys will be asking me some questions as well. So what about HackerEarth? So what about HackerRank? So what about Geek for Geeks? Geek for Geeks is a good platform, but I usually suggest students not to learn from that because it is very, very outdated with its kind of questions and with its kind of community that it has grown around. Good quality people are not coming up to Geek for Geeks anymore. At a certain particular point of time, I would have said it was a very good platform when it was initially introduced, but right now I don't think so. A platform like LeetCode has maintained its exclusivity with good quality people. For example, right over here, I'm not able to understand it. I can look at the solutions, I can look at the editorials, I can look at my submissions, I can go and talk to people as well. So as you're able to see, there's a comment section as well. And good quality people will be answering questions, will be talking to you guys, and the community is exceptionally helpful. So if you are having any kind of questions or query, you can put it out right over here and it's for free. And if you are paying it, then again, you are an idiot. Okay, don't pay it. Okay. Okay, so let's do companies ask questions more from LeetCode or CodeChef? So it depends upon the companies, right? For example, companies like Amazon, Samsung, Geo, Flipkart, Oracle, these type of companies take up questions directly from LeetCode. They don't even change the question. They take up questions directly from LeetCode. For companies like Microsoft, then you are having Goldman Sachs. Okay, then you are having companies like some more companies. I think so. Wipro is also one of them. So these type of companies, if you are interested in, most of them directly give questions from CodeChef. So it depends upon company to company. Again, your luck as well, how good your luck is. My luck was always very bad. Yeah. Okay. How to use CodeChef Pro as free? CodeChef is also for free. You can just go and solve questions. You don't have to get the pro version for anything. JP Morgan takes up questions directly from LeetCode. Goldman Sachs take up questions directly from CodeChef. That is what I have seen. So let us look at the first question, guys, right over here. We are going to code in C++. We are going to learn a little bit more about vectors in our today's class. I'll use it. I'll explain it to you guys. Okay, it is just like arrays, a little bit more interesting in nature. But nevertheless, let's start with the question. I want everybody present in this particular class to first read this particular question if they are able to see it on their screens. If you are able to see this question on your screen, guys, I want everybody to take up the time and read this question. Do not think that, oh, this is a medium question. Okay, sometimes medium questions are easy, sometimes hard questions are medium, sometimes medium questions are hard. Do not think like that. Just read the question, guys. Given an integer array nums, okay, we are having an array, integer array, it is all of integers itself. The name of the array is nums. Rotate the array to the right by k steps. Okay, I'm not able to understand this right now. What do you mean by that? Rotate the array to the right by k steps. We'll see some examples for that. Where k is a non-negative number. So we know that k can be 0, but it cannot be negative. Please, every single word is important. Always remember this, guys. Where k is non-negative, that means it can be 0, but it cannot be negative. Okay. Let us take up the first example to understand what do you mean by rotate the array by like k spaces towards the right. Okay, so nums 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is the array, integer array that we have been provided. K is equals to 3. Okay, so we want to rotate the array towards the right by 3 spaces. So what has happened right over here? We have got 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and the last 3 spaces, that was 5, 6, and 7, got to the front of the array itself. Let us look at that step by step. We want to rotate the array towards the right by 3 spaces, right? So first rotation, okay, we want to rotate the array 3 times. First rotation towards the right, we got the last particular element towards the first. Let me draw it out for you guys. Maybe that will help you guys understand it a little bit better. One note, guys, I will not be able to repeat stuff today. Okay, it is just in one go you have to understand it. That is the reason why I'm going a little bit slower than usual. Okay, you have to understand it in one go. I will not be able to repeat myself again and again. We have a lot to understand. This one question is going to take up a lot of time. Okay, so right over here, guys, we are having a simple question. We are having, ki bhai, you are having an array. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is our array. We want to rotate it by 3 spaces. 3 times we want to do the rotation right over here. So let us mark down the first step. The first step is we'll take this particular digit out and we'll put it in the front. Okay, so this will be 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the first rotation that we have done. We'll do another rotation right now. The second rotation will take up again the last digit. We'll put it towards the front itself. So we'll have 6 right over here. So it will be 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we'll have the last rotation right over here, guys. That is, we'll take 5 and we'll put it in the front. That is, give us the final output as 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the output that we want to print out on our screens. Are you guys able to understand this? Are you guys able to understand the question right now? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand the question right now? Please let me know. This is what it means to rotate it by k spaces towards the right. Okay. Everybody is able to understand this, right? Please focus upon it, guys. Even a second, if you are here and there, you will stop understanding it. The rest of the class is going to be just blank for you. I promise you guys this. Okay. Good. Amazing, guys. So I want you guys to tell me the answer to the second example. Okay, I have to scroll it very carefully. So the second example you guys should be able to see on your screen, where the nums array has been given to us as this: -1, -100, 3, and 99. We want to rotate it by k spaces, that is 2. So what do you think will be the output, guys? What do you think will be the output? 3, 99, -1 and -100. Extremely greatly put, Swayam Sahu. Very good. Okay, extremely greatly put right over there, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Yes, everybody is able to understand this, guys. Please let me know. Why is that the output? Is everybody able to understand this? Okay. Now, what we are going to do is, I'm not going to write 3 solutions for you. Okay. I'm going to discuss 2 solutions with you. And third, I will be coding because I know, see, this is something that you get through experience itself. This is not something that you get like, oh, I woke up from my sleep and I know the answers to all the questions. The more questions that you solve, the more you try to understand, like, okay, this problem statement will have like max 2 or 3 solutions that people will be able to tell us. Okay. But yeah, you have to think about it. Okay. Harshit Deva, if you want to like do this shit kind of thing that, oh, this is the English right over there, bro, you are having the example, you read the example to understand what the question is asking from you. That is what I do most of the time. Okay. I usually like just read through the question once. I just look at the example to understand what it wants me to do. Okay. Don't follow along with the English, follow along with the example. Don't apply your English to this. The person who created this, his English is extremely good. He has written the right English. Don't come talk about like, oh, red, right to left, right to left. That is what is meant to be a shift towards the right. Where will the last person go? Towards the front, na? He will not be removed from the array. Okay. So once we have understood this, let us look at some constraints as well. Now, these constraints is something that we'll have to keep in mind moving further. Okay. For example, the length of the nums array. Okay. How many elements can num actually create is going to be from 1 to 10 to the power 5. That is the number of elements that the array can contain. Okay. In a similar manner, every particular element present in the nums array is going to be in the range of 2 to the power minus 2 to the power 31 to 2 to the power 31 minus 1. This is the normal int range that is there. Okay. In the future, you will be learning, if you are learning a little bit more of C++ and data structures and algorithms, you will try to understand that there are multiple different things that are there. But for our purpose, we don't really care. The next thing is that k can be from 0 to 10 to the power 5. Are you guys able to see this? Please listen to this very carefully, guys. This is where most students royally fuck up this question. They will write the exact same code, everything they will think about the exact same thing. Because they didn't pay attention to this, their solution will fail. Here, your k hasn't been told that it should be less than the number of elements in the array. Think about it. Has it been told that k is always going to be less than the number of elements in the array? Tell me this, guys. Tell me this. Has it been told that k is going to be less than the number of elements in the array? No, right? It has not been told. It has told that it is going to be less than 10 to the power 5, but it has not been told that it is going to be less than nums dot length. This is where I also, when I was in school, college as well, when I used to do competitive programming, I used to do this exact same error every fucking time, until and unless my brother, my big brother, actually beat the fuck out of me when I was actually coding along with him. Okay, so literally he slapped the living hell out of me that day. That 2 times I've told you to look at the constraints, you are not looking at it. These small things differentiate you between, are you able to solve a question or are you not able to solve a question. It's as simple as that. So let us go back. Let us go back to our drawing board. What if in this exact same question, we are having, how many elements are there in this particular array, guys? Can somebody let me know? How many? What is the length of this array? How many elements do we have in this array, guys? Can somebody let me know? 7 elements are there in this array. What if the value of k was not 3 but 10? What will happen then? It has not been specified that it should be less than, the value of k should be less than the length, right? I'm taking up the value of k as 10. What will happen in this particular case, guys? Can somebody let me know? What will be the final output? Think about it. If you want to take a pen and paper and jot down all the rotations, you can do that. Then count the rotations in your head if you want to. I really don't care about it. I just want the final answer. What will be the final answer, guys? What will be the final answer? What will be the final array if I'm rotating it towards the right by k times? Think about it, guys. Think about it. What will be the final answer? Let me know in the live chat. How many of you guys say that it is going to be 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Who the fuck is saying 10? How many of you guys think that it is going to be the same as this? How many of you guys think that it is going to be the same as doing 3 rotations itself? The day that you cross, for example, there are 7 numbers, 7 elements in this array. After doing 7 rotations, you're going to get the exact same array once again. After doing 7 rotations, you're going to get the exact same array once again. First, you'll shift 7, then 6, then 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. You get the exact same array. 7 rotations, you get the same array again. So how many rotations are left after that? 3. That means that k is not equal to, okay, this is very controversial. Okay, do not kill me on this. K is not equal to k. Think about it if you are able to do so. Okay, if you are not, it's fine. K is not equal to k, guys. K is actually equal to k percentage length num dot length. That is the length of the array. You guys know what is percentage, right? The remainder after a division, right? So if you are dividing two numbers, 3 divided by 2, the answer is 1.5. But if you do 3 percentage 2, that means what is the remainder after doing this particular division? So the remainder is that, okay, 1 is the remainder. Okay, 1 is the remainder right over there. So that is what it means by percentage. It's how you figure out what is the remainder right over there, guys. If you're confused, you are not able to understand that, okay, how did after doing k like rotations, after doing the same number of rotations, we get the same array, take a notebook and a pen, write it down, do all the rotations, see what is the final answer that you are able to get. This percentage is usually called as mod. Okay, this percentage is usually called as mod or modulus. The full form is modulus. Okay, or mod. Many people just say it as mod as well. So whatever you guys want to say, it's fine. So if the value of k for our example was 10, we actually have to check for 10 percentage length of the array, that was 7, that is equals to 3. The remainder is, or the modulus is 3 right over there. So the value of k is again 3. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to get this, guys? Please do let me know. No. Okay, great. Awesome. Now let us discuss the first solution to this. Usually the first and the most basic solution that you will create at any particular point of time is what you write on your notebook. That is the most easiest solution in the entire world. You as a human, not as a programmer, you as a human think, acha. So this is the question that I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the blocks. Okay, these are some blocks that I've got right over here. How will I rotate it by 1? Okay, how will I rotate it by k is equals to 1? I'll pick up 7 from here, right? I'll pick up 7 from here. That is the first thing that I'll do. I'll pick up the 7. So this spot will become empty, right? I'll pick up 7. So this spot will be, this spot will become empty right over here. Then I will take this particular one from here. This block, I'll take it. I'll place it right over here. I'll place one right over here. And then this block that I took from, then when I place that one from there, this will become empty because now one is not present right over here, right? This will become empty. This place will become empty for me. And then I will put this 7 that I had in my hand. right over here, and that will give me 1 rotation. I have to do this 7 times. I have to do this 7 times. Right? I have to do this 3 times. I'm very sorry. K was 3. So I have to do this 3 times and I get my final answer. As simple as that. Now let us think about it from the perspective of programming. I have to do this. I have to just do this. But now I have to think from programming perspective. How to pick up 7 from there? How to place it at 1? And how to place that 1 at the very end? Can somebody let me know? I think so. This is a very simple question. I don't think so it should be very difficult for you guys. First, what we have to do is ARR. Okay, we'll create a temp array. First, we have to pick that particular 7 up. Okay, the last particular digit. I don't care if it is a 7, it is a 6, it is a 5. I don't care about it. I have to first pick that up, right? How will I pick it up? How will I pick that last particular thing up? Simple, right? What will I do? I'll create another integer, int temp. This is my hand. Integer temp is my hand, guys. I'm going to pick up. Now this hand, this int temp is going to contain the value that is present at the last position in my array. At the last position of my array, whatever that value was, I'll pick that up from right over there. What is the index of the last position of my array, guys? Can somebody let me know? What is the last element? How to identify the last element of my array? By index, right? We talked about it yesterday. So day before yesterday. How to do that, guys? How to do that? Array.length minus 1. Okay, that is how you get it. 6. Dude, who the fuck is writing 6? Talk about in programming, not as a human, guys. You don't know what is the actual size of that array. Okay, we have to think like that. So ARR and then ARR.length minus 1. That is the last element of my array. I've saved it into temp. Now I'm going to take up the first element of my array and put it at the last position. That is ARR at the last position. So what I did next, once I picked up, so now there is a temp variable which contains 7 inside of it. What was the next thing that I did? Can somebody let me know? I took the last element, I saved it inside of a temp variable itself. What is the next thing that I did, guys? What is the next thing that I did, guys? Please let me know. I picked the 7 block in my hand. What is the next thing that I did? What is the next thing that I did, guys? Let me know. We took the value that was present here. We took the value that was present here and we placed it at this particular position. We took this and placed it at this particular position. How to do that? We have already learned in arrays that we can store a particular value at a particular index. That is ARR.length length minus 1. That is the last element of our array is equals to ARR 0. It's equal to ARR 0. Am I right or wrong, guys? What did I do right over here? I took the first element and I placed it at the last of my array. I took the first element and I placed it at the last of my array, guys. That is what I did. Again, same thing that a human did right over here. I am trying to do it using code. I'm trying to do it using code right over here. What is the next step that I have to do? So I placed 1 right over here. What is the next step that I have to do? The next step is whatever was stored inside of this temp, I have to shift that towards here. Instead of having 1, it should have 7 inside of it, right? So how will I do that? Using code. ARR0, that is at the 0th index, should be equal to temp. That is the value that temp contains. So here we'll have ARR 0 should be equal to temp. Am I right, guys? Am I right or wrong, guys? Please let me know. Am I right or wrong, guys? Please do let me know. Right? Yes? Great. Awesome. Now, what is the next step? I did this. This is now my current array. I've done just one rotation right now. I need to do another rotation as well. Arey bhaiya, Gunjan Gupta has another particular problem in his or her life. You eat food like this. You eat food like this. Is there a difference between the two? No. What do we want to do? You cannot break a particular thing and put it. It does not work like that. You can only replace values to create that illusion of rotation. Don't relate programming to your physical life. You are not a binary particular person. We are a grayish person itself. We don't have true and false. We have true, false. So you are not a computer. Think about what you're doing right over here. Do not apply your own brains. Oh, this is a swap. This is not rotation. Dude, you cannot rotate an array if you're thinking like that. You swap things to make it an illusion of rotation. Okay, you cannot just break the last element and just put it in the front. It does not work like that. Your computer does not work like that. The memory inside of the computer does not work like that. Nothing works in your computer like that. But I can't tell you exactly how the memory works because that is another class. Now focus upon this. Try to understand this. Okay. The next thing that we have to do. What is the next thing, guys? We have got this. We have done our first particular iteration. What is the next thing that we have to do, guys? Next thing that we have to do is, again, we have to take this 6 out. Store it in the temp variable, which will contain 6 inside of it. Place this 7 right over here. So this 6 will be replaced by 7. And then place this, sorry, I'm very sorry right over here. I did something wrong. Sorry. Okay, so you have to take this 2 and place it right over here. Okay, so this 6 will get replaced by 2. And then this 6, you have to place it inside of this 2. Okay, this 6, you have to replace it inside of this 2. And so on and so forth. Is this right or wrong, guys? Can somebody let me know? Is this right or wrong, guys? Can somebody let me know? Is this right or wrong, guys? Can somebody let me know? अरे क्या तुम लोग अपना right wrong करते wrong है रो. Okay, try to understand this, guys. This was just to make sure that whether you are paying attention or not. Like I said, if you're not paying attention, it won't work for you. You won't understand. It is not something that you understand just by listening to somebody. You understand it by actually paying attention. This is wrong. Why? Because you have to shift this 7 right over here. And then this 6 is going to, so first time I did it correctly. I just wanted to see how many of you guys are actually focusing upon this. You have to do it properly, guys. Otherwise, it won't work. It won't work, guys. You have to rotate the array. Again, please remember this, guys. You have to rotate the array, guys. So this is correct. Up till here, whatever we have done, it is correct. We are going in the right direction. Okay. The problem that is there is that we have not rotated it correctly. Okay. We have not rotated it correctly. Think about it. How do you do the rotation? See, that is the point. Do not blindly think about things. Okay. You have to apply your own brain. Then only it is going to work. What is the rotation that you have to do? You have to bring 7 here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is what you have to do. You have to pay attention, guys. Otherwise, these are the kind of things that will happen. Do not listen to me blindly. Try to apply your own brain as well. So, what do you want to do? You want to rotate this properly itself. Okay, you want to rotate this properly. How to do that? So, we will do the exact same thing. We are not going to do anything different. We are going to take 7 out. But this time, we are not going to replace it. We are going to move everything one step ahead. This is what is going to happen for us. So we'll have the temp right over here. Harshita was the only one who actually pointed it out, but I was so embarrassed to see that nobody pointed that out and nobody even paid attention to her. Harshita, I'm extremely sorry. I know you were right. I know that you gave the right answer, but because nobody was listening to it, I told you to keep your mouth shut. But I'm really very proud of you, Harshita, that you were able to point this out. I was actually waiting for somebody to do it, but I thought everybody is going to point it out, but nobody did. Harshita, extremely well done. Okay. Okay. So right over here, guys, we are going to take out the temp. Okay. But the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to shift everything in the front. What does that mean? We'll use a for loop for doing it. For int I is equals to 1, I is less than our arr dot length, I plus plus. Okay. Inside of this, okay, what you have to do, arr at I. You can do it in multiple different ways. I'm just using the most easiest method right over there. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to move things one step further. Okay. You have to move things one step further, guys. So arr at I would be equal to arr I minus 1. As simple as that. Nothing too complicated about it. Think about it. What are we doing right over here? And then reply back. arr at 0 is equals to temp. Think about these steps, guys. Let us go line by line. Let us look at the first step right over here. Let us just look at the first step right over here, guys. arr.length is a particular thing that will get you the length, how many elements are there in the array. Okay. So listen to this very carefully. First, we are taking out our 7. Okay, that is the first thing that we are doing. Let me redo this once again for you guys. This is our array. Okay, we have to rotate it. Draw. Let me change this color. The first thing that we do is temp is equals to 7. That is the first thing that we do. As you're able to see, first thing that we do is temp is equals to 7. Okay. What is the next thing that we want to do? Next thing is we want to move the 1 here. So this should be 1. We have to move this here. So it should be 2. We have to move this here. It should be 3. We should move this here. It should be 4. We should move this here. It should be 5. We should move this here. It should be 6. That is what we want to do, right? And then this 7, we have to place it here. So this will be 7. That is how we want to do it. So how to do that? By using a for loop. Okay. So we'll start from here. I is equals to 1. We'll start from here itself. So at arr I, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? We want to place arr I is equals to arr I minus 1. So this will become 1. But now you are stuck. So this solution is not going to work for you. Think about it. You're stuck right now, right? If you move I is equals to 2. If you move I is equals to 2 right over here, this 2 is gone for you. This 2 is nowhere along the way that you are able to use it. Think about it, guys. The 2 is gone, right? It has been replaced by 1. So how can we do this? Are you guys able to grasp this, guys? Please let me know. Will this solution work for you? Will this solution work for you guys? If you are doing this, that is that okay. I'm going with a very basic logic. I know many of you guys will make this mistake. I also did this. That is the reason I'm taking up every mistake and then how to learn from that. Okay. So if we do this, okay, first thing I is equals to 1. So bhai, this is 1 right now. If I go to I plus 1, that is 2. If I is equals to 2 right over here, then I can't do this, right? I can't do ARR I. ARR 2 is equals to ARR 1. I can't do that because now it contains 1. So this will also become 1. 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 Is this the result that we wanted? Is this the result that we wanted, guys? No, right? We don't want this result. So can somebody suggest me what should we do so that we are not missing that value out as well? What should we do so that we are not missing that value out as well? Think about it, guys. No issues. Even if you're wrong, do loops. Okay, that is not a very good idea, but okay, that might work. Temp is equals to ARR I plus 1. Then again and again, you will have to maintain that temp. Not a very bright idea. Think about it. Is there a simple way of doing this? Is there a way in which I can do this without losing the values? Nums length minus 1 is equals to nums 0. Okay, temporary array. No. For loop though we are using, but how? What to do in the for loop so that we are not losing the values? They're not becoming 1 all the time. Swap AB. That is an advanced topic. We don't want to do that. We want a simple answer, guys. Very good, very good, very good. Two people put a very nice answer right over there. Masab B and Pranav. Both of them have given great answers. This is the answer that I was expecting from you guys. This is a good answer. Why not take up the value of I from the very end? Why should we do it from the start? Why not? Why can I be from the very end? What do I mean by that? Let us try to understand it. What if we start I at the last of the array, ARR dot length minus 1? What if we start from right over here? And we say that, okay, we'll go in the reverse direction. Instead of doing I plus plus, we're going to do I minus minus. That basically means I is equals to I minus 1. This is what we are going to do. We're going to go into the reverse direction itself. Okay, so if I'm here, I'll say that, okay, ARR I is equals to ARR I minus 1. If I say this, ARR I is equals to ARR I minus 1. So if I'm at this particular position, then I'm saying that, okay, at this particular position, it is going to be a 6. Then I will decrease the value of I. I will come here. It will be ARR dot length minus 2. Okay. Then, okay, ARR minus 2 is equals to ARR minus 3. So I'm putting this value, I'm putting up right over here. So this will become 5. Then again, I'll come here. ARR minus 3. This will become 4. Then this will become 3. This will become 2. This will become 1. Then I have to stop. So what should be the minimum value of I? What should be the minimum value of I? Think about it. What should be the minimum value of I? I should not be less than that. Great. Awesome, guys. Amazing answers I'm able to get from you guys. Very good. Those who have said that I should always be greater than or equal to 1, your answer is correct. Why? Because I minus 1 does not exist. I is equals to minus 1 does not exist. So if you're putting up ARR as the minimum value of I as 0, then ARR 0 equals to ARR minus 1. Minus 1 does not exist in C++. We talked about it in our previous class. So the minimum value of I should be equal to 1. Okay, so we will update our for loop right over here. For those who have written the exact right answer, guys, pat yourself on the back. You guys were able to think about a very good solution right over there. I'm really very proud of you guys. It is going to be I is equals to arr dot length. Length, again, this is the size of the array, so you have to start it by -1 because the last index of the array is 1 less than. So if you are having 7 elements, you start counting from 0 in the indexing, so it should be last element will be -1, okay, from the length. Then I should be greater than 0. You can put up as greater than equal to 1 as well. That is up to you. I'm just putting I is greater than 0. And then I minus minus. I minus minus right over here. I'll decrease the value of I every single time. And ARRI is equals to ARRI minus 1. Simple, easy to understand, nothing too complicated. This is going to work for us. Once this for loop has been executed, the answer that we are having right now, let us try to get that answer. So the answer that we are having right now, guys, is pretty simple. You are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you are having this temp 7 right over here. The last step is to put temp 7 here so that you are able to get your first rotation done correctly. So you are having your first rotation done correctly right over here. ARR0 is equals to temp. The first rotation has been done correctly, guys. There's no issues in that. Everything is balle balle. Are you guys able to understand up till here, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand up till here, guys? Please let me know. Everything is balle balle up till here. No issues whatsoever, right? What is the next thing that we have to do? We have to rotate the array 2 more times. Like k times we have to rotate it. This is just one rotation that we have done. We have to rotate it k times. So is the rotation the exact same? Think about it. Think about it, guys. The second rotation that we have to do, what do we have to do? Again, we have to take the last element. Okay. We have to rotate the array by a few. And we have to place it at the start. Think about it. What is the next step? Again, the exact same thing. This time in temp, we have to take 6. That is the last element. We have to again rotate everything by 1. Same way. Nothing is changing right over here. Why do we care about the values? What is present inside of it? I don't care about it. Again, I have to put this 6 right over here and I'll get 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on and so forth. Are you guys able to get this? Let me put it up a little bit beautifully so that you guys are able to get it. We'll take out 6. Okay, draw. We'll take 6 out from right over here. So I'll take 6 out here. Then we have to rotate the array. So again, we'll do that by doing what we did previously. So this will become 5. Okay. This will become 4. This will become 3. This will become 2. This will become 1. This will become 7. Right? This will become 7, guys. This will become 7 right over here. And then the last step, we'll put it up right over here. This is 6 right now and done. You have got your second rotation. So we have to do the exact same step. Nothing is changing in this. The exact same thing k times, right? We have to do the exact same thing k times. Are you guys able to get that? If you're still not able to get it, get a pen and paper, write it down, see it. Until unless you write it down, you see it, you will not be able to understand. I can just show you, I can guide you. That is all that I can do. But if you're still not able to understand it, you have to get a pen and paper and write it down. That is how you will be able to understand. Okay. So right over here, guys, we will create a for loop, another for loop for k steps. Very good. Very good, Shubharansh. I'm very bad with names, guys, but yeah, he has written the right answer. So again, we'll take up a for loop for int j is equals to 0. J is less than k. J plus plus. And all this code that we have done will go inside of it. So we'll be able to rotate the entire thing by k times. We'll rotate the entire thing by k times. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please do let me know. Okay. Now, this is where if you write this code into LeetCode, you will get the right answer. It will work. You'll get the right answer. But if you write this code in an examination, you will fail. Oh, guys, let me remind you guys that I don't give a fuck about the attendance. On the very first day, I told you guys that the class is going to be 90 minutes long or even more. Okay, so those who are saying attendance, let me tell you guys something. At DevTown, we have just 2 people who are volunteers who are very, very helpful to me. And they just sit in the live chat. They take down the email IDs of the students who are writing attendance. And we just don't send them the certificates. Like I said, even if you have 100% attendance, but if you try to not pay attention in the class, you're not learning in the class, you don't get certificates. So if you want to learn, you are more than happy to be here. That is the reason why I'm going slow. Every single thing I'm trying to explain to you guys. But if you don't want to learn, you can leave right now. It has no point on you staying. You are still not going to get any type of certificates. So yeah. So right over here, guys, for the rest of the students who are paying attention, the reason why if you go in an exam and put this kind of code right over there, it won't work for you is time complexity. Is time complexity, guys. That is the reason why it is not going to work for you. Now, what is this concept of time complexity? Now, see, you have heard this, right? That, oh, this GTA game is not working on my computer because it has a bad CPU or bad GPU right over there, or I don't have that much RAM right over there. That is the reason why my computer is slow. So code is dependent upon what type of hardware you are using, what type of software you are using, and all these different kind of crap. Okay, it is dependent upon this, which OS you are using, how many apps are running in the background. Multiple different things actually make your code faster and slower. Okay, but if we remove all that, if we say that this code, the same code is going to work on the same computer with the same hardware for every single human being in the entire world in the same particular OS as well. In that particular case, how much time is it going to take for it to work? Now, I'm not going to go into the intricacies of time complexity because that is not something that I'm here to teach. You can just watch a YouTube video for understanding that. But let's assume that this loop, the main loop, is going to run for k times, right? The main loop is going to run for k times. Am I right or wrong, guys? The first loop, the bigger loop, the loop that is outside, is going to run k times right over here. Right, guys? अबे यार तुम लोग सुनो तो जरा, ये एस गुप्ता है ना, मैं इसको क्लास से निकाल दूंगा. सुनना नहीं है, ज्ञान ज्यादा पेलना है. मतलब क्लास में क्यों आते हो? सीखना नहीं है तो मत सीखो. सिखा रहा हूँ कुछ तो समझ लो. नहीं समझना है तो निकल लो. सिंपल है ब्रो. Okay, the outer loop is running k times right over there. Okay, inside of it you are having another loop that is running how many times? This loop is running how many times, guys? Can somebody let me know? This loop is running how many times? The loop that is inside is running how many times, guys? Can somebody let me know? Array dot length minus 1 times, right? Now usually array dot length is usually taken up as n. Okay, the outer loop is running k times. Okay, the inner loop is running n times. Okay, n minus 1. N where n is equals to the size of the array. Okay, where n is equals to the size of the array. So what is the total number of times this array is running? Can somebody let me know? What is the total number of times this array, this particular loop is running, guys? Can somebody let me know? The total number of times that it is running is basically k multiplied by n minus 1, k multiplied by n minus 1 right over there, right? That is the number of times it is running right over here, guys. Am I right or wrong, guys? Please let me know. Yes. Now for values of n that is very, very high, n is equal to 10 to the power 5. That is the level of the value that we can go to. We can ignore the minus 1, right? It does not matter to us. It is a very small negligible number itself. We can ignore the minus 1. So the time complexity for this particular example will be kn times. This is very high. For this particular solution, this particular question, kn times as a solution is very high. The solution should be approximately n. It shouldn't be kn times. It should be n. So that is the answer. Like, I am not giving you guys the answer, but I'm telling you guys the reason why your code won't qualify is because this kind of time complexity is very high. That means your code is very slow. Very slow code. This is what we normally call as a brute force method. That dude, whatever a human is doing, will just replicate it. No optimizations, nothing. Brute force. That is what it is called as. But if you look at it, how much space are we using? Except the array. The array is being provided to us. We are not creating the array. Am I right or wrong, guys? The array is being provided to us. Are we creating the array? Are we creating the array, guys? No, right? We got that array from somewhere. Think about it, guys. We got that array from somewhere. We are not creating it. Except the array, what is the things that we are creating on our own? What is the variable or array that we are creating on our own, guys? Please let me know. Temp is the only particular variable that we have created throughout the entire thing. Temp is the only particular variable or anything that we have created throughout the entire thing. Nothing, just one temp. And every time that loop is getting executed, we are using the exact same temp. We are not creating 56 different thousand types of temp. There's that one temp, we are using it every single time. We are not creating multiple different temp right over there, guys. Now, this is where things get interesting. There's something. So time complexity is how much time will that particular code take approximately to execute. Whereas space complexity is how much memory inside of your computer is that particular code going to occupy. For our purpose, that is just one temp. That's it, right? It's not as if like, okay, there are n number of elements in my array. So there are 10 n number of temps that we are creating. No, just one temp. So the space complexity of this solution is very good. That is 1. That is constant. It does not matter how many elements are there in the array. It does not matter what are the elements of the array itself. It does not matter on that. We just have one temp. You have 10 to the power 5 elements in the array, or you have just 2 elements in the array. It does not matter. Our time complexity is just one temp variable. So sorry, our space complexity is one temp variable itself. So space complexity of your code is very good, but your answer is very bad. How can we improve this? This is what is data structures and algorithms. This, up till here, whatever we did, that was just coding. That was just coding. You were learning a new topic. That's it. Now you have transitioned into the phase of competitive programming. You are now, this is what competitive programming is. Anybody can give a brute force method approach. Anybody can do that. Human kaise karega bhai? Will do the exact same thing using code. That is not something that you have to do. This is what you have to do. You have to think about a solution that is faster, much more efficient, and you don't know whether it is going to get selected or not. It might be a higher form of solution as well. That is what you get through practice. Now I'm going to just give you guys the solution. We're going to, I know that time has been a lot. I'm able to see it is 9:25. So I'll give you guys the solution right now itself. Okay. But we'll be writing the code tomorrow. Let us take up the example once again. Once again, we'll take up the exact same answer right now, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rotated k times. Okay, rotated k times. K is equals to 3. What was the answer, guys? What was the answer? 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the answer right over here. Can you guys spot some kind of similarity between the two? Can you guys spot some kind of similarity between the two? मजा आएगा, मजा आएगा. Can you guys spot some kind of similarity between the two, guys? We are able to see that this remains together. This remains together. This goes there. This goes here. Right? That is what we are able to see right over here. What if we do a certain sequence, and this is something that you get only through experience. There is no fucking logic behind it. You are not even I am not a yogi person who sat in a cave for like 30 years straight and I got answers like that. No, this is all through practice. The more number of questions that you solve, the more you are able to understand just by looking at questions how to do it in the best possible manner. That is just through experience. You don't have any other way of doing it. The simple solution to this is first rotate the entire array. Rotate the entire array. Just make it opposite. Instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we'll have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll rotate the entire array away right over here itself. We'll do the entire thing right over here. Okay. Next step. K places, bhai. We are going to go up till K places. We're going to select this particular part. Okay, Nobita has problem. I think so he needs Shizuka right over there. So Shizuka is like Nobita. Shizuka, you can just take him from here. Okay, I'll just remove this person. Okay, you want to learn. You don't want to listen, just leave. We'll take up the first K places, guys. We'll rotate this as well. We'll take up the rest of the places. We'll rotate this as well. So this will become 5, 6, 7. And this will become 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6, 7. And this will become 1, 2, 3, and 4, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Simple. We first rotated the entity. In 3 steps, you will get your answer. In 3 steps. First, we'll rotate the entire array. Okay. Just opposite. Just opposite right over here, guys. Okay. Rotate the entire array right over there. Then, first K places. Not K, guys. Please do remember. K is equals to K mod of array dot length. Okay. Remember that. That is what the value of K is. We'll take up the first K places. How to select that? This is always going to be 0 index. What is going to be this? K index. Right? This is going to be K minus 1. Let me be very frank. K minus 1 index. This is going to be the K index. This is going to be array ka end. Array dot length minus 1. Now this is something that is not something that you can just think about in a cave, guys. This is something that you get through practice. I've seen such type of questions. I've solved these type of questions a million times. I know what kind of errors I did. I know this is all through practice. You cannot put any kind of brain in this. It is all through practice. There are some people who have that kind of brain, but I don't have it. Being very frank with you, I don't have that. Maybe some of you guys have. That's brilliant. Okay, you are having an amazing brain. I didn't have it. This is what you do. You practice. You see such type of questions, you practice them, you'll be like, oh, this is the solution. Okay, this is how you have to implement it. You implement that, the next time this type of question will come in front of you, you'll be like, I know this. I can do it in n time. Are we going to use any kind of extra space? No. So the solution that will be there is O of n, that is the time complexity, and O of 1, that will be the space complexity. This is the best solution that you can implement to do this. We'll implement this solution tomorrow, guys. I've given you the solution. I want you guys to think about it a little bit. Doing this, it is going to require us 4 lines of code. That's it. I think so. 4 or 5. 5. Let's take a 5. Okay, just to be on the safer side. We're going to require just 5 lines of code to implement this, not even a single line more. That is the beauty of this solution. Okay. Nevertheless, I'll share the attendance with you guys right now, but we'll implement this tomorrow, guys. This is what competitive programming is. The reason why I've given you guys such type of question right now is that I wanted you guys to understand the difference between data structures and algorithms and competitive programming. Okay, we'll learn about vectors as well, because we are going to write code tomorrow. So we are going to learn about vectors. You're going to learn about some special things. Okay, why do people use vectors instead of arrays? Okay, why did we learn arrays? Okay, all this crap. Okay, but it is going to be amazing. But yeah, guys, my suggestion to you guys would be try to implement it on your own. Okay, just go and implement it on your own if you are able to do it. Even if you are not doing that, tomorrow I will be implementing it in front of you guys. But think about the solution. If you're not able to understand the solution even right now, just sit with a pen and paper, go through the entire things. Competitive coding is about making better solutions, right? No, if you think that, it's great, but for me it was just getting a job. I want to get an internship at a very good company. I want to get a very high package. I want to get the best stipend possible. I want to get into the biggest company out there. I have to do competitive programming. I don't have an option. It's as simple as that. You make the best solution or not in the company, it does not matter at all. You have to do the work that has been assigned to you. Think about it in such a way. Okay, that is how you are going to remain sane. Otherwise, you will be insane like me after some time. Okay, copy. Yeah. So this attendance link will be closed exactly at 9:37, guys. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 9:37. Start filling up the attendance right now. The attendance will be closed exactly at 9:37. Please go over through the solution once today as well after the class. Try to understand both the solutions. Your worst, I will tell you guys why I told you guys the worst case scenario as well, because that is important for your interviews. But nevertheless, I'll tell you guys about both of them. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. And yeah, I've given you guys the attendance in the live chat. You guys can start filling up the attendance right now. And we'll meet in our tomorrow's class and we'll continue from right over there. So please fill up the attendance right now, guys, properly. People have started filling up the attendance. Again, guys, we'll meet in our tomorrow's class and we'll continue from right over there. Okay, please do go over through both the solution properly itself. This was on LeetCode or CodeChef. This was on LeetCode. Question number was 189. Rotate array. That was the name of the question. If you go and see the screen properly, you will be able to see it right over there. So thank you so much, guys. We'll meet in our tomorrow's class and we'll continue from there itself. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.